Hi, everyone, and welcome back. This is live stream number 6 in my beginner series of how I try to get you started going 0 to 1 on a better gut health. My name is Dr. Ryan Kime, and after 2 decades working at the bedside in emergency medicine practice, I kept seeing the same problems. People showing up broken down, frustrated, exhausted, and not sure what to do. Most of them were doing their best, but they just didn't have the right tools to stay healthy, and nor did I. But since then, I've learned about gut health. I've retrained and I work as a holistic nutritionist now. And I see how firsthand how your gut health can change your optimal health, your mood, your digestion, your energy, your sleep, your immunity, your brain thinking, your clarity. You're not going to believe it. Things I didn't learn in medical school, but I want to share with you. And what we're going through here is really my coaching course. Why? Because it's my best recommendations. I'm not here to pitch you. This is a live series. It isn't about pitching. It's about sharing the tools I give my clients or my patients, my family, my friends. And we're going to now move on to where we are in the course. I started back talking about the nutrition and wellness assessment as a setup. We talked about a vision statement as part of the setup. The other part of the setup before the course got started was the 30-day bundle and my 6 ebooks, which are really just pamphlets and background foundational information. Now we're into the course, and we're into the second month. We're going to go through a 3-month process. We're into the second month, talk about 4 topics today. What those are going to be really important. They're talking about food sensitivities, sleep, fasting, and blood sugar management. Before we get to that, let me give you a quick tip of the day and some value. What have you been told about exercise and meals? I until I retrain with gut health, I've always been told you should rest, right? Oh, you feel bloated, you feel full, you should sit down, just allow your body to rest. I would completely disagree with that statement now. I think if you're so bloated and full and overwhelmed, then you should think about what you're eating. Because really, a good digestion, a good pattern of gut health would not allow you to do that. You may have to sit down, you may feel a little distended, but not like you feel prototypically after like a Thanksgiving meal. And now, if possible, I get up and walk around. I'm not breaking a sweat with the walk. I'm gently walking, I'm enjoying myself, and often with a conversation with a loved one or a friend. It's not athletic exercise. It is just to stimulate metabolism, stimulate the blood flow. It helps with the step count, helps the metabolism, helps with the blood sugar, helps with your digestion. Believe it or not, you're going to have more nutrients if you're up walking around than if you're sitting. But if you're overextended, if you overate, if it feels like there's a brick in your stomach, you don't feel light, then I would let's talk about what you're eating. Fantastic. All right, now let's dive in. So the second month, as I do a weekly essay and a weekly call. So let's talk about week number 5. Food sensitivities and allergies. This is a big topic with people, and it's very prominent, and it's very important, and it's somewhat complicated if you don't take the right approach. And that approach is you can't make too many changes too fast. Can't make too many changes too fast. And I think another important is you have to know your body and we have to reset your gut. So I think what you would do first is you would pull things. We talk about pulling ideas, and I would recommend these recommendations. I'm not a doctor in this relationship. I'm a nutritionist, so we can talk about if you're on medications, how you approach your doctor or your healthcare provider. But what I would think about is if you're struggling with food sensitivities, histamine responses, I would go on a FODMAP diet where we're going to pull everything back bland and then reintroduce it with a food diary as to how you respond. But oftentimes there's a sneaky ingredient that is just overlooked, often out of just carelessness, not malice, that we can find that's causing it. For instance, my personal story with this and why I no longer use, well, we can talk about either protein shakes or certain types of yogurt, was this ingredient carnitine. It's like a emulsifier, it's a thickener, and they put it in those to help things bind. Well, until I was more aware of it, I would drink. Sometimes when I've changed my diet, I have more protein shakes than not. So sometimes 2, maybe even 3 a day. If I was fasting or on a emergency shift and couldn't sit down. And what I didn't realize, but what I can see now is a pattern of bloating, gas. distension, feeling full, but energy crashes. And I think that was caused by the ingredient. It also happened to me with some of the yogurts as I tried them. But this is over. I learned this over time, but is if someone shared this with you, you would be more attuned to it. We would go through the ingredients and you would find this and you would start to correlate this with any of the symptoms you were having. So I would take this out of your diet, and this particular one I would never reintroduce. It's called Carganen. It's in a lot of yogurts and emulsifiers and like protein shakes. I don't use any protein shakes. It's all going to be synthetic. It's not going to work anymore. And you know what? When I gave them up, my gut health got better. So there you have it. Let's move into the next week. So week 6, we're going to talk about sleep hygiene and gut repair. Sleep isn't just to feel better. Sleep isn't just because naps are great. Sleep is great for your gut too. Why? This is really important. Sleep helps your gut repair. And when your gut repairs, it works optimally. And when your gut's working optimally, you're getting proper absorption, proper control of any inflammation or histamine. It's going to prevent any foreign pathogens getting up in your bloodstream, and it's going to give you the most energy. It's going to control your mood. It's going to be fantastic. So sleep allows your gut the chance to do this. Yeah, I know actually by snacking and frequent eating, I would also go against this. You're causing low-grade inflammation constantly. Every time you eat, there is some degree of inflammation caused. Not all of it's significant, but if you're eating all the time and you're not eating great food, yeah, there will be lots of inflammation a lot of the time. So sleeping overnight and fasting, that's one of the other principles that's so important for your gut health is it gives it a break from trying to digest and break down all this food and protect itself from the foreign particles and invaders. And then we'll talk about some sleep protocols that were really exciting for me, and I'll share with you from both my fitness trainer and my lifestyle guru. Get into week 7, and that's going to be the third week, and that's here it's going to be intermittent fasting. It was one of the best topics, ideas I've ever done. Great for weight control, sure, but beyond that, your relationship with food changes. It's fantastic. Your taste buds change. You start to appreciate and enjoy. I did. My clients and many, many people have shared with me, my taste for whole foods has changed. I don't even look at like a decadent chocolate cake. I couldn't even handle it. I think my eyeballs would go cross-eyed. It's too potent. But boy, that delicious, fresh, ripe strawberry is just off the charts. And it just changes. It's because you got rid of the artificial stimulation to your taste buds, and we got back to just what they should be. And this is related to fasting. In addition to a number of other effects, I'll talk about different ways of intermittent fasting. We'll talk about dry fasting. I'll talk about even some extended fasting. And then in week 8, I go through blood sugar balance. I mean, who doesn't want to control their blood sugar? Regardless if you have diabetes, you want to avoid it. And it's not just about what you eat. It's about how you eat, the quality of you eat, when you eat, how you fast. And then we'll talk about this downstream. I mean, to have blood sugar balance, where does the blood sugar go if it's not used? I mean, you put it in. If you want to control it on the front end, you want to try some low glycemic index sweet potatoes over some, golden Yukon, that's fine. But still, where does it go? What's in your body? Your liver, your pancreas, your hormones, and your muscles all deal with it. And we're going to talk about how they are involved and what you can do about it. Exciting stuff. But before I leave, I just want to say thanks for following me along. This is really exciting. These weren't topics that were in medical school, and I don't know how I wouldn't talk to someone about who wants to get healthy. If you want to get healthy, you should know about this stuff. Absolutely. So thanks again. And the next week, we're going to go through a couple of more topics. These would include detox, antioxidants, gut repair, and I think we're also going to talk about hydration. So see you next time. Thanks for following along. And remember, if you heal your gut, you're going to change your life. Take care now. Bye.